Welcome back. 5:28 is the time, and we're beginning this half hour with a live look here at Interstate 80 in Albany, right at the 580 merge. Earlier this morning, we had the CHP stopping all traffic. George was following that, has the update now. Good morning, George.
James. Yes, it was in response to a request from the Richmond Police Department and a report of a shooting that the CHP shut down lanes of Interstate 580 in order to look for spent casings. They did it at about 4:15. At 4:50, it was completely resolved. The freeway has been opened. There is no backup, no delay, and it's not a hot spot for your ride to work this morning for the westbound Bay Bridge ride. James?
All right, George, thank you very much. And as you just mentioned with that Benicia Bridge, we'll show some pictures here of that new span. Caltrans, of course, opening that in the southbound direction today. Shot of the Benicia Bridge this morning, and as George said, you're going to find that it's a bit wider. 4 lanes now. You can see crews finishing up the last of the work over the weekend. And besides those extra lanes on the southbound side, you'll also find, as George said, 2 extra lanes, and 2 lanes feeding off of 780 now instead of just the 1. The southbound bridge segment will also have shoulders on both sides, with enough room now for emergency crews to be able to drive to any accident on the span without any problems. There's also a path for bicyclists and pedestrians on the western side. So yeah, you'll be enjoying that as you drive into work this morning southbound on the Benicia Bridge. Also new this morning, BART's limited rollout of TransLink begins today. BART fare gates will receive a software upgrade that will allow the acceptance of those TransLink cards. BART engineers will be observing the system as the new software is integrated during this observation period. It may be possible to use a TransLink card on the fare gates, but because of the chance of software or hardware issues, it's not recommended. So we'll wait and see until we get the official word from BART that the system is up and running and good to go for you to use. Also, we expect to learn more about Michael Jackson's legal and custody battles this morning. Katherine Jackson is likely to ask for some control of her son's estate in front of the same judge, actually, who's expected to award her permanent guardianship of Jackson's children. Dozens of lawyers are expected to pack the Los Angeles courtroom, where a judge will consider Katherine's challenge now of the lawyer and former music executive who've been named as executors in Michael Jackson's will. Meanwhile, Katherine and his ex-wife, Debbie Rowe, have reached a custody agreement that will allow Rowe visitation rights now. And also following the latest online as well, TMZ, the website that we've been using to track the latest rumors and leaks coming out of the LAPD now, say that basically Dr. Conrad Rowe, who was Michael Jackson's personal doctor, he had 2 storage units, one in Houston and one in Las Vegas. They've already searched the one in Houston, but it's the one in Vegas now that is the focus of the ongoing investigation. Law enforcement officials have told TMZ they believe Dr. Murray may have had propofol, which is the drug that they suspect killed Michael Jackson, stored in these various storage units for shipment to the singer. At this point, no word on whether or not police have found any proof of that, but that is their suspicion, and we're waiting to see if and when they will raid that storage unit in Las Vegas. We'll let you know what they find. All right, at 5:33, we also want to get the latest on weather as well. A live look this morning from our roof camera. A lot of fog out there. You can see the American flag atop that building blowing in the wind, so we've got a slight breeze out there as well. Evelyn's tracking it all from the Weather Center. Good morning, Ev.
Good morning, James, and still looking at a below normal forecast in the way of temperatures, so maybe a little warmer by the weekend. James?
All right, Evelyn, thank you very much. And at 5:36 now, a couple stories for you new this morning. Google is launching a new marketing campaign today to try to boost its sales of online business applications. The Mountain View-based company is leasing billboards along major highways in San Francisco as well as in New York, Chicago, and Boston. A different message apparently will be displayed each day of the week all the way through the month of August, and it'll start with this morning's commute. So you'll notice that as you drive into work this morning. Google has been selling its apps package, of course, since 2007, but only recently decided to begin a more aggressive sales campaign. Also making news this morning around the Bay, members of all 3 BART worker unions will vote this week on their latest contract offer. Union leaders and BART management, of course, agreed on a new 4-year contract last Friday. Management says the plan will save about $100 million in labor costs. Not a lot of details out there right now on what exactly is in this contract, but the unions say there will be no job or salary cuts. And the city of Hercules is about to open a brand new, or at least a bigger, transit center. It's on Willow Avenue near the Interstate 80 off-ramp. The expanded center, we understand, is 66% bigger than the old one. And to celebrate today's grand opening, there will be a ribbon-cutting ceremony this morning at 9 o'clock. All right, time's now 5:37. We're going to take another break here, but we'll be back with more news, weather, traffic, all straight ahead here on the KRON 4 Morning News, so stay with us for that. Let's go outside, though, and give you a live picture here of 880, the Nimitz right by the Oakland Arena. Take a look at traffic here. Volume beginning to build just a bit, but so far so good. We'll get the full check of traffic with George coming up in just a moment. Stay with us.